All righty, then I talk to you now. Can all of you hear me all right? If you get where you can't hear me, would you do the favor and put your hand up like that, and I'll try to speak louder. But I'll tell you now that I'm Irish, and you know that our tongue slides over our lips like grease over a wheel, so you probably won't have to do that. Well, my name is Maggie Delaney, and I am an Irish indentured servant, and I belong to the man right here. But I'm also a washerwoman, and sure most of us from Ireland are, and we're famous for it. And so I'm going to explain to you today how we do the laundry, and the different options that we have to do, and then if you still are interested and you've not gone to sleep at that point, I'll tell you about the ironing too, because that's what you get to do tomorrow. The first thing you need to know about doing the laundry is you need to get you a fine copper kettle like this. All right? You always do your laundry in copper because it is the only metal that doesn't react with the lye soap and the stain remover, so it takes the color of the clothes. Copper is what you're going to be boiling your whites in. And as much work as you're going to have to do, the last thing you want to do is be boiling your whites in here and take them out a dirty gray before you have to start all of this, all right? So copper is what you want to use. Get you a couple of extra copper kettles to sit here by the fire also, because they're going to be doing another job in just a little bit that you're going to need. But that's where you want to start. Now your dark things you'd put directly into here, which is your first tub that has the hot soapy water in it. I will boil water and pour it in here in the morning, and then I'll take a whole bar of lye soap like this and shave it down until it melts into this water, so it's very, very soapy, because that's going to be your wash water. And I take this is a wash stick, and this is what I use to be able to stick in and get my clothes out, because they're boiling by now, and I don't want to put my fingers in there. But there's another reason I don't want to be any closer than this either, and that's the petticoats that I'm wearing. The number one killer of women out here on the frontier is fire, where you're stepping too close and the wind catches your skirts and blows them in there, and there you go. It's not so much you burn up, but the infection that you're going to get is going to kill you. So I stay away from it and use a wash stick to get my stuff out and bring it over here and drop it in the tub. Now, here in the hot soapy water, I'll put 3 or 4 different pieces in. And I'll reach down and bring them up and go through them one at a time to see what kind of stains that we've got on them. Or see if there's some dirt in around the necks or the sleeves that needs to be worked out. And for the ones that need that kind of work, I bring them up here to this. This is my washboard, or my battle board, it's called. And the reason you call it that is because you're going to be doing battle with it here just in a few minutes, all right? You bring your clothes up, and if you find the places that need to be worked on, then you take your lye soap and scrub it into that stain, or that area where the dirt is very heavy. And then once you get those all worked really well, you take one of these. This is called a battle door. This is called a beetle. They do the same thing. This is just for heavier material. It's also very good for husbands. But I like this for my lighter things because it's flat on one side. But I would take my laundry and lay it up here, and then I whack it like that. And the beating on the laundry takes the fibers and pushes them apart and pushes the soap down into the stain so that it literally pushes it out the other side. And you would go through the whole piece of laundry until you had all those places beaten in really, really well. And then you would push it back into the laundry soap in the water here and take the next piece and do the same thing. And you keep doing that until you have all the pieces worked over as you need to, and now they're all back in this hot soapy water. Now, at this point, ladies, this is where you need to take the pieces and pick them up and work them through this water. But for those of you that have ever worked with lye soap, what's going to happen if I have my hands in this hot soapy water all day long? Let me tell you, lye soap will not only get your skin really clean, it takes it clean off. So I don't want my hands in here any more than I have to have them in there, only for picking things in and out. So how do I work it around in this water? Well, I've got this. This is called a posser, and it's one of the oldest things in the wash that we have. I can put it in the water and work it up and down like this, and it will splash the water and work it round and round and round. Now, gentlemen, what you're looking at here is the great-granddaddy of your plungers that you have at home. This is how it started. This posser, eventually, they're going to start hollowing out the inside and making grooves up the slides like this and with holes so that as you push it down, the water goes sideways instead of up into your face like that. And when you start making those grooves, it makes like little teeth down there. And they find that you can push it in and grab the clothes and twist it and do like that, and it will move them even better. So somewhere along the 1700s, someone says, well, you know, that's working pretty well. But what if we put the milk stool on the bottom of it instead? This is called a dolly, or a dolly maid, or a washing dolly. It had a lot of different names, but it's the most fabulous piece of work that you'll ever find. Because now I can drop it into the hot soapy water with all those clothes, and I can go like that. And it grabs the clothes and washes them back and forth, and all I have to do is that. Now I tell you something, if you don't have one of those, you need one, because I'm thinking these are going to be around for a long, long time. You mark my words. It's too fine of a piece not to keep in the laundry.